Hey friend, today is gate 36. I kind of have an affinity to this gate, and I'll tell you why. So it's the gate of crisis, and it's called the darkening of the light. So here's what's really fun is that if you really want to know design, there's this beautiful, the complete Rave I Ching. I love this book. You can find it on Human Design America, I believe, is where I got this. And I'm no affiliate, so I don't even think that's even a possibility. But anyways, it has lots of good information in it. And the overarching line for this particular gate is it says, the rule of cycles in which decline is a natural but enduring state. Hence the reason it is called the darkening of the light. Really, this is the duality right here in this gate. It really appears like we have to have this light, and everything came from love. And I love Greg Braden. I don't know if any of you have done any have listened to any of his audiobooks, read his books, or caught him on Gaia TV. But what scientists are saying right now, of course, as we keep looking, who knows what we're going to find, and we meaning the scientists. Earth was, or the entire illusion that we see, the cosmos right now, was in this little tiny pea-shaped energetic. It was so small. And when the Big Bang happened, when the implosion took place, all of that heat, because they say it was like ginormous amounts of heat. And like they give a ridiculous number, like 18 million, billion, something like that. And one of Greg Braden's things that he asked the scientists is like, how did you know what the temperature was? And they're like, we don't have a clue. We just know that there was an extreme amount of heat. And heat creates mutation. There's no doubt that our planet is warming up because we are going through a massive mutation. Copious amounts of people are waking up daily. So when it says that, the darkening of the light, so there was light, there was love, there was, compassion, whatever you want to call that sat in that pea. And then, the explosion happened, or the implosion, however you want to believe the Big Bang to be. And, there became this, okay, well, in order for us to see the light, there has to be dark. And knowing that darkness isn't going to endure forever, we're always going to go through these cycles, and we always do, because we're not on a linear evolution. We are on a cyclical evolution. So the 36th gate actually sits in the solar plex course. And again, with that emotional wave, it ebbs and flows with that emotional wave. And here the emotional wave, because it's in... it's really about the experiential way, the human experiential way. It peaks and then it crashes, and then it peaks and then it crashes, because what the chemistry that's in this particular stream is expectation, or the feeling in this stream is expectation. And something that I love is that, I love human design, and I know that, Ra brought it in 30 years ago, and since there's been evolutions in the information. And one of the teachers that I really appreciate is Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham. And one of the things that Abraham says is turn expectation around into anticipation. Instead of having an expectation as to how the experience is going to have, like what the outcome is going to be, anticipate that you're going to just be able to be in the experience and bring a sense of imagination to the experience and a desire to the experience. But you don't have to create an expectation, which then really does bring this wave from huge peaks to huge crashes. But really, that's where the information is today. So, of course, there's a theme in this gate, and this theme is about inexperience. We're walking through this experiential way. We have all these desires, and then we say through the 41st gate has all these desires, and then the 30th gate says, okay, all right, fates, what do you have in store for me? And the 36th gate goes, oh, but I'm totally inexperienced in this. So the vulnerability here is to be okay with that inexperience, because once you walk through the experience, you're going to be experienced. And what's really funny is that sexual inexperience sits here, and so does emotional inexperience sits in this particular gate. So really what happens is that the inexperience is then transformed to experience. So you walk through it, it's like, oh, that was cool. Or, ooh, that kind of stung. And you meet those emotional crises. And then you get to resolve the emotional crises and walk through that experience to get yourself to a place of growth and progress. Because that's what the 35th gate has in the throat. So you learn over time to remain steady by patiently adapting to constantly changing feelings. It's about patience. When you have the solar plex defined, it's about patience. So the fear here, or the nervousness feeling, is about, being sexually inadequate or emotionally inadequate. And what you'll notice is that if you can just allow yourself to ride your wave, move into the experience when it's right for you, then all of a sudden you will gain experience. So no wonder people are nervous, right? When they're doing something for the first time. It's built right into our chemistry. So just relax. If it's your inner authority, you'll be guided at the right time. So you can just relax into that. The not self piece of this. So if the gate is in an undefined center and the gate is also undefined, what you're going to notice is that there's like a lot of emotional crisis that, is brought into your life so that you can actually learn. And then you get to share with people when you're asked or when you're invited. You get to share with people how they can progress through that emotional crisis. And of course, the big caveat here is don't get caught up in the emotions of others. Just watch the movie and grok the information. Grok the wisdom out of there. We see on this planet, well, I see on this planet for sure, copious amounts of emotional crisis. And it doesn't have to rule our world. We can, if we can just see it mechanically, how it is laid out, then we can, I don't even want to use the word cope. But then we can see it and move through and interact with it how we are built to interact with it. So I like the gate because I have it defined. The gate is defined in an undefined solar plex, so it's just hanging there. It's dormant, and it's actually in the 6th line for me. And the 6th line is about justice. So the knowledge and attendant faith that the powers of darkness eventually destroy themselves. So those whom the gods wish to destroy, they first make mad. The correctness of crisis when it arises out of pure feeling. It's fun for me to see these mechanics work in my physiology. So if you also look, I have the 30th gate, and the 30th gate actually is in the 1st line. And that 30th gate, again, it's about fates, right? The 30th gate is about fates, and my line is composure. So stability through feelings, no matter what the situation. So even though I have this, this crisis, this ability to, the crisis is going to be in my life because I hold that energy. But I don't have to let them rule my life. I get to just, have faith that what I need to meet, I'm going to meet. Also, so both of these gates have the word fate or faith in them. And then I also, if you know anything about human design, my motivation is also hope. So I'm very hopeful that all the crisis that's going on is going to lead us back into the light. Because, the darkening of the light isn't an enduring state. And we're moving there. As a collective, we are definitely moving that way. It's going to be awfully bumpy, especially this year, but we're moving that way. And that's why I love to see the mechanics of this. And then I get to go, oh, wow, that is really how I see things and how I experience things. And then my perception is wanting, and like there's nothing more that I want than justice. There's nothing more than I want than the world to be at this place of emotional composure, and I'm very hopeful that eventually we will get there. So that's just kind of the fun way you can keynote and throw stuff into your mechanical understanding of who you are as well. So if there's anything here that intrigues you, you want to look into your human design, let me know. And in the meantime, thank you very much. Take care.